Welcome to eVision Live number 4 with Dr. Alexandra Kleeberg and Dietrich Busacker. Today on the topic, the power of vision number 4. We already are the 4th session on vision. Alexandra.
Yes. Welcome to your happy, healthy, fulfilled, visionary life.
Thank you for being with us today again and for leaving all your wonderful comments and inspirations and takeaways from the last broadcast. And we're really excited about that we're getting so many encouragements and so wonderful feedbacks from you. Thank you very much. Also today I would like to encourage you to engage below with comments and to engage also with all the other listeners and followers here in this group so that we really start creating a community of people discussing these questions of self-healing. So my name is Dietrich Busacker, and 2 years ago I created a vision together with this wonderful lady on my side, and after having been working for 30 years and also in a transformational business with helping people in Africa, Asia and Latin America with sustainable development, good governance and educational projects.
My name is Alexandra. I'm a clinical psychologist, a psychodrama, a behavior, a Jungian psychoanalyst, and I've collected self-healing stories, images and exercises from all over the world and throughout time, and I'm teaching that in groups. And by now a lot of new exercises, images come from the groups themselves, and I have so many experiences and ahas that I wrote them down in 7 books. I even wrote 2 children's books to bring this wisdom to children and to remember their parents to just grow their imaginational power. And I really love to be here to spread my mission that healing, self-healing is trainable, teachable, and you can have it if you want. It's easy. It's not dis-ease, it's ease. Mm-hmm. But you have to stick to it. And we will talk about vision today. And vision is, for visions, it's also very important to stick to it and to stop when it's fulfilled and not before that. A lot of my clients come after 1 or 2 weeks and say, oh, this doesn't work, nothing happens. And the vision has to be like a magnet which lights up your life over years. And you stick to it and you stick to it and you stick to it, you practice it. You are on the way to this vision and you don't stop it because you say it doesn't work. It sometimes I talked about Edison, who invented the
light bulb.
Yes, and he needed years and tries, thousands of tries. And so if you work with a vision, it has to be like a magnet and it has to resonate with the magnet of your longing, your heart longing.
Mm-hmm. So today in the power of vision number 4, we want to talk a little bit more about how to make this practically, right? What can be the tools, that can be the ways how to embody your vision, I think,
yes.
and how to really make it happen.
Yes.
So. And there are quite a bit of number of techniques, of tools that you teach, that you use for self-healing as well as for potential development, and we would like to discuss this today.
We have talked about wishes, and wishes are like, oh, I wish everybody to be happy, or I wish an ice cream, or I wish a car, or whatever. I think wishes have maybe a little more feminine energy. I wish I would do this. If I have a goal, it's go straight forward. And I think a vision has sort of both. Mm-hmm. It has this heartfulness that opens up, and it also has an activity, right? So I think it's both, but if you want to work with wishes or with goals or with visions, for all of them it's important to embody them or to bring them into the body as if they have been fulfilled right now, because that makes a better self-esteem, better body feeling, pride, and it gives you more probability. It widens the range of probabilities, right?
Okay.
To get that goal or to fulfill that wish or vision.
And how can you do this
And
practically?
you can do that, I think the best state to do that is in trance. And if you're not a trance expert, which most of us probably aren't, you sort of have this state of trance once you go to sleep and when you go up. So it's a state...
When you wake up?
When you wake up.
Okay.
It's a state between the worlds. You're not really in your conscious mind and you're not really asleep. So it's a little bit blurry, foggy, whatever. This is a trance state. Just before you go to sleep, the Asclepian temples worked with that, with healing sleep, with trance. And in this trance, they implanted the healing image or the healing information. So you feel, see, sense, hear, touch your vision as if it would happen right now when you go to sleep. Maybe just a minute. Yeah, you have it, and you weave it into your dreams. You weave it into the womb of the night. And when you get up, you weave it into your daily life. You see, smell, sense, hear the vision in the trance before you're awake. So this is how you implant it into your unconsciousness. And when you go up, you embody it. You bring it into your body, which means you get up with a posture and you walk like if this vision has already been fulfilled. You walk with pride, you walk with curiosity, you walk with ideas or whatever, or with joy.
Does it work? Malmi, my first walk, when I get up, my first walk is a little bit entranced to the toilet.
Yes, maybe you have that too. I think one of the first things we do in the morning is go to the toilet. At least I think it's common in Germany, probably it's common
in
all
India
over,
and
over
UK or US or
it's
France.
Good that you say it's sort of a trance, so just use it and don't go there just in this automatic routine, but go there with the embodiment as if the vision has been fulfilled. So you have a sort of an open posture, maybe a straight posture, maybe you dance, maybe you laugh, as if the vision has right now been fulfilled.
Okay.
And I have this other exercise when you go to the toilet. There are certain things you do that you let go, and you can imagine you let go of everything that might come into the way or that came into the way. And you can change your life. Most of the research says there are two pillars for change. One is the mental set. You can change your thoughts, you can change your inner pictures. And the other is the body pillar. You can change your body posture, your mimic, your gestures. And I think it's most effective to do both at the same time.
Although most of the therapeutical professions, they either teach mental aspects or embodiment or body aspects. So just like yoga is working very much with the body, mental energy healing is much more working with the mental aspects.
Yes, I don't know if the yoga teachers would say it like that.
Okay.
I think it's a mixture, but it has preferences more in the body or preferences more in the mental set. And I think there is a third way. And Jung calls this, Carl Gustav Jung, the famous Swiss psychoanalyst, he calls it the symbolic life. He says without the symbolic life, we are just living normal routines. We are just like machines. And he says this doesn't bring fulfillment. Fulfillment brings when we play a role in the divine drama of life, when we live our greatness, or when we embody our spiritual energy, or maybe like this. So the symbolic life we can use for working with visions. We go to the toilet maybe as a queen or as a king who has already fulfilled his or her vision, or like a little child who is full of joy and is thriving to the next vision. So we can put every gesture, every walk, every heartbeat, every breathing into this symbolic life. So we have both. We have the body approach, the mental approach, and the symbolic approach. And that I call self-healing by embodimental imagination. I call it SHEMI, self-healing by embodimental imagination. And it uses those three approaches as well.
Okay. Well, remember the other day we had we practiced this techniques that we actually, well, you have it also written in your book, but also I learned it actually from Joe Vitale in his book Remembering Process, and you have written a book together with Joe Vitale, The Prosperity Factor, right? Yes. So there it's an approach where you're looking backwards. You're thinking about something that you have attained, and you're looking backwards, remembering the steps you have taken to get to this, to your vision, to your goal that you had.
Yes, and this is very much fun, right? We
Yes.
imagine that we already are fulfilled with this vision. It has already taken place, and we have done it with our self-healing congress, which we will have on the 4th and 5th of September 2020. And we imagine
yes, and I
it's
remember,
already there.
yes, okay, and we were actually...
It's the 6th of September
6th of
now,
September,
2020.
and we had yesterday, we had this wonderful closure ceremony where every people were getting up and standing ovations we got for the organization team and for all these wonderful speakers we had there. Which speakers did we have?
A lot of the most famous speakers, but what I even loved more were the people who healed themselves. I think they are just genius.
Yes, and we had...
There were so many amazing healing stories from all sorts of sicknesses where research said that, or medicine says that's not possible.
Yes.
And they impressed me the most. I was just crying with some healing stories.
Yes, remember, we had before to get there, to identify these wonderful people. You had made lots of interviews with them.
Yes,
remember
and some even came from this Facebook show.
Yeah, some of these Facebook
groups applied for
groups, this
great.
broadcast. They came here. So if you have any healing stories that you want to share, we are really interested in getting them, and so we are looking for.
Yes.
So we were really remembering. We remembered all these wonderful interviews made. Do you remember? So one of these, there was a lady that really had healed herself from a genetic illness.
Yes.
I think that was really amazing story.
Yes, and it's so empowering because the message is you don't have to be afraid.
Yeah.
Everything is within you, and everybody was just full of pride and full of curiosity and creativity. And it was so heart-touching what happened on this Congress. And Jenna, she said, who organized a lot of things, she was so amazed on the breaks. She was working on the breaks,
Yes,
singing,
she organized
dancing, and
such
whatever.
wonderful breaks that made us so open for all this information we were getting.
And we remember that we started with this Facebook Vision Live, and the first 4 parts on the power of vision.
Yes.
And that was the seed we planted for this Congress.
And the community that was created later on, your Shamie community, all the Shamie trainers, the first Shamie trainers that participated in this Congress, right?
Yes.
And the Facebook community where we're having now so many followers, right? Do you remember we were starting with a few thousand, and now we are having 100,000 followers.
Yes, what I like best is that those followers, they interact and they exchange healing stories.
Yes.
And with these Facebook communities, they get inspiration and empowerment and encouragement for their own healing processes. So I think it's not a matter on how many followers we have, but what happens in between those followers and how they can help each other. And I'm very, very thankful for that. Okay,
so this was
our
I hope this was a little bit fun for you also. We had a lot of fun, and we are sometimes actually practicing this. It's always very fun when you do it, and it's very useful. Any other tips for just, let's see, more stabilizing your vision?
No, I would advise just implant the vision into the trance states of going to sleep, waking up, the way to the toilet, and once in a while do this remembering the future process with a friend or with your family. Do it with your children. It's fun. Yes,
also
do
with
it
children
with your
can
children.
be fun. Yes, right.
So to bring them forward, to bring the family forward. Do it with your parents to bring them forward. I think it's just fun and it's playful.
Yeah, thank you very much. So please leave your comments below, and really, what are your takeaways from it? Think about it. What are your takeaways from this session, this broadcast? And thank you so much for watching. So leave us. We are really looking forward for receiving your comments, and we will also give our comments then to your comments if you have any questions, and also interact with the other people watching this broadcast. So please be active and bring forward your vision.
Yes, and if you have a vision, we don't want to have this a 2-person show. Sometimes it will be a 2-person show, but we really would invite you to take part in this show, to get interviewed by us, or yes, if you have a vision or something which is very important that mankind should know.
Or an example of how you really you created your vision and how it got fulfilled. We really would be happy to talk with you about this. And
about the steps, the exercises, how you implanted it into your body and into your real life. So just write down, I want to be in this interview, I want to be in this broadcast, and we'll
come back to you and discuss with you how we can make this. Yes. So thank you very much for watching again. Create your vision and transform your future now.
And open your heart and start.
Thank you, and bye-bye.